Hi, my lip hurts. I was biting it the whole day. Like I legitimately do that every single day. I cannot stop biting my lips, and it's just like so annoying, and it hurts so damn much. But I cannot stop doing that. It's a January wrap up, and it's 2018, which is super cool. Without further ado, yeah. Without further ado, let's get right into it. I'm a YouTuber. The first book that I read last month was Fahrenheit 451. I don't know how to pronounce it. You see, right? By Ray Bradbury. Okay, I think that I enjoyed it, but I mean, there were some problematic aspects to it. And maybe if I read it later in my life, I will like it more, but for me, it was like, I mean, alright, but not the best book. Like, it didn't make me bleed and be so damn, like, you know? I don't get that feeling about the book, and so that's my review. I don't get the feeling. The second book that I read last month was Eleanor Oliphant is Completely Fine. It's by Gail Honeyman, and yes, the book was awesome. I mean, I enjoyed everything about it. I enjoyed the language, I enjoyed the plot twist, though I've been like anticipating some of them, but oh my gosh, I was listening and reading to it, and it made me happy. I mean, the language was so good. It's not young adult literature, it's adult literature, and oh my gosh, I'm a huge fan of beautiful language, and there were words in the book that were so sophisticated. I was like on the verge of crying because they were so beautiful, and I plan to reread this one just because I want to be drenched in these words again. It was great. I felt the pain of a character, I felt the happy days of the character, I felt everything, every emotion. It was just so good. I mean, I gave it 5 out of 5 stars, and I mean to reread it sometime soon, so you can probably tell by my reaction that I really enjoyed the book. The third book that I read last month was Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone by J.K. Rowling. I mean, everybody knows her name. Why did I read that? Uh, Weird. I loved the book. I mean, it was so much fun, and I've been rewatching the movies lately, and I got that book as a gift, and I was just so happy to have that beautiful physical copy. I mean, the book is great. The language is just super easy, and the story flows just so easily. The fourth book that I've read in January was let me check. Was Who is Happy in Russia? It's by Nekrasov, and it's a work of art. I mean, this book tells a story of seven peasants who set out to ask various questions, and they want to understand who is happy in Russia, and I just loved it. I mean, I've been crying my eyes out in some moments, and it's so beautiful. I really like Russian literature, and sometimes just such a fan of these books. And I was just reading the book and thinking about all the questions that he is raising, all the things that he is asking, and I was understanding the context of the story, and I was just so interested in it. But I mean, I couldn't read it by myself. I had to be around someone just to keep reading, because if I were by myself reading that book, I was just sobbing. And I mean, it was great. I loved it, really. The fifth book that I read in January was All the Breaking Waves by Carrie Lonsdale. Okay, I've been listening to it more than I've been reading it, but I mean, oh my gosh. It's paranormal, so you get to read about the life that is just different, and it's so exciting. I mean, they have superpowers. The main character is influencer, so she can like force someone to do something that she wants them to do, and they cannot protest into something else. They can like see your aura. They can like understand what's going on in your mind. They can even invade your mind and like see your thoughts, but they don't do it because it's just like against their rules. But it was just so exciting to read about, and the whole story, it's just like I'd prefer not to talk about the story because I mean, just dive into the story, and it's paranormal. It's everything you need to know. If you are into that genre, if you like such things, you will enjoy the book. I mean, it was super great, and there was that love aspect to it that I really, really loved. I mean, I was so happy about it. And the whole book was just. I didn't even breathe. I was just reading the story and I was so immersed in it. And I just wanted to know what happened. And I wanted to know the ending. It was just a great book. I mean, I randomly found that book and I was just like, it was good. To the last book of the month. So I've been watching some YouTuber lately, and she had those, yeah, and she had those booktubeophones, readaphones, I don't know. She was just reading a book, and I was like, oh, Outlander, I've heard about that book, I've heard about that TV series, and I was like, is she interested in it? And I watched her videos, and I was like, she enjoyed that book. I might as well read the book. So I read it. I present it to you. Outlander by Diana Gabaldon. Oh boy. Oh boy. It was mind-blowing. It was, oh my fucking god. I am a huge fan of historical genre because of the book. Like, I like historical genre. I like historical fiction and historical genre in general. And I think that it's so exciting that it's like it has a historical context to it, but it's also an original story about this beautiful Claire and about Jamie and about all these things that happened in the 18th century. And I was just like reading and reading, and it's a huge book, and I was just like reading and reading and reading. I was seeing myself in the same situation. I was so excited by it. I mean, I would love to travel to 18th century. I mean, I wouldn't be able to survive, that's probably it, but I mean, it was just so exciting. And I'm currently reading the second book, which is like, it tells a lot because I've never read a series before, not counting the To All the Boys I've Loved Before by Jenny Han, but that's not the series. I mean, it's a lighter book. It's YA, and this is adult fiction, and it's like 900 pages. I plan to read all the 9 books. I mean, someday, maybe, I don't know. That was all I read in January. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you pick some of these books because they were all pretty good. I mean, it was such a great reading month. And I plan on reading some more great books and sharing it with you guys. Thank you for watching. Bye.